Hello, everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. I hope you're all doing very, very well. Um, I'm back. I've been out for a few days, out of the game for a few days. Not because I wanted to. Honestly, I would have happily kept streaming, but I've had a few problems with YouTube, and I've been trying to sort them out. And to be quite honest, I have been busy, but I mean that doesn't change it. Usually, I'd still stream. But hey, sometimes a few days off, you come back, you feel rejuvenated, you feel ready, and happy to continue as always. So, listen, big up to everyone that's on here, on X, on YouTube as well. Um, and listen, let's get straight into this. Let's get straight into this, guys. If you are feeling good about Chelsea at the moment, I mean, I'm looking at all the news, and I'm like, it's hard to keep up with it. For those of you who don't know my day job, I'm a tennis coach, and I speak with different clients, and I'm going, bloody hell. I mean, we weren't having these conversations a few months ago. We weren't having these conversations. So yeah, we're going to talk about Garnacho. We're going to talk about João Felix. We're going to talk about um, Xavi Simmons. We're going to talk about Hato. We're going to talk about Cucurella. We're going to talk about Donnarumma. We're going to talk about Nicholas Jackson. There is plenty to talk about. Mike Penders as well, another player that we need to touch on. I mean, we are blessed with news, and we can obviously give a shout out to the England ladies as well for their achievement winning the winning the Euros. I mean, it's an amazing achievement, isn't it? So big up to all the ladies, smashing it, absolutely smashing it. If they really believe in Garnacho that much, we can't be fully against it. And he is also, he is one of many. So it's not like it's only Garnacho. He will be better at Chelsea. It's not toxic here. Big up to Mr. Manouche as well. Good to see you, Tom. Alanata says, nope to Garnacho. Chelsea for life. Good one, mate. Good one. Chelsea should not buy Garnacho, spend the money to buy a goalkeeper because Sanchez is a liability. Have to agree with you on that one, mate. Even though he had a fantastic end to the Club World Cup, I don't think we can really deny that guy over 38 games in a Premier League season. You probably add another 15. If you're playing a lot of other games, you've got at least 8 Champions League games. You'll have hopefully a couple of FA Cups, a couple of Carabao Cup games as well. I mean, at some point, it's just the history, isn't it? We joke about the history of Tottenham, the history of Robert Sanchez. That's the reality. But, I mean, my stance is that, although the goalkeeping situation made me very angry, and the reality is that my criticism for Maresca was largely, it started off with Sanchez and then it trickled down into other things. But we can clearly see that, he has not been given a goalkeeper at this point, and that shouldn't be. It's not on the manager now if Sanchez is in goal. It goes past the manager. And that being said, I'm not sitting here saying that Sanchez can't have good games. He can have some very good games. I mean, we saw how he was world class in the Club World Cup final. But it's like anything. Everyone has a world class day. We could be talking about the sport. We could be talking about. You have a day where you're on fire, don't you? Everyone has that. But unfortunately, you do need to be on fire more than once in a 2-year period. That's the harsh reality. So if Sanchez can prove, look, I'm not saying he has to be world class, but if he makes 0 mistakes leading to goals, or how many mistakes did he make this season? 5, 6, 7, and a number of those mistakes would have led to actual goals. as opposed to just chances. I don't know the exact number, at least 5, right? If that number is cut in half, if that number goes from 5 to 2, if you see a dramatic improvement in some of his passing stats, if you see better shot stopping, we saw Martinelli scoring against Sanchez on the inside post. That was disappointing. Like, you're always going to have off days. I appreciate it. But if you see a number of significant improvements, great. But I think the overall intention from Chelsea will still be to sell Sanchez. And I think that they're hoping that he can just reignite some form of value. And then maybe someone will put a bid in. Maybe Saudi. I mean, honestly, Saudi would not surprise me. If next season you had to put your money on a club to spend 25 mil on Sanchez, I reckon the Saudi Pro League would do it. Good exposure for them. He's a good enough goalkeeper for the league. And he offers you, he does offer you an upgrade on what they probably already have. So we can't kid ourselves into thinking Sanchez is an amazing goalkeeper. You're saying show some respect to Sanchez. I have shown respect, but it's like saying to your wife after she's cheated. I'm not saying your wife has cheated on you. I don't even know if you have a wife. It's like your wife cheating on you multiple times, and then you just sit at home and go, "Everything's okay. I love you just as much." It doesn't work like that, does it? She's cheated, so you're never going to look at her the same way. And that's basically how I feel about Sanchez. I'm not sitting here saying he's done a Garnacho wearing an Aston Villa shirt on holiday. I'm not saying that. But let's not sit here and act like everything he's done for Chelsea has been to the benefit of Chelsea. I think we can say quite the opposite. He has benefited tremendously from Chelsea. And that's the reality of the situation. But again, you can always highlight when a player's had a good tournament. But Ochoa had a great World Cup. You don't see him you didn't see him in the line like signing for Real Madrid after that, because again, you have dips. It's not always sunshine and rainbows. How are we doing, Kev?
Up the Chelsea. Good to be
Up
on.
the Chelsea, mate.
How are you? Up the Chelsea.
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. It's good to be on another show. It's been a while, hasn't it? Well, it's been a couple of days.
I ain't been on for about a week or so, but I've been down there. I've been down your neck of the woods. I've been everywhere, here, there, everywhere. Saying at the time, bro. To be fair, but sometimes it's good to give it a few days off because there's so much more to catch up on, and I'm sure we'll talk about this Garnacho shit that keeps popping up. I don't even want to keep on talking about it, but I'm sure we'll.
I mean, what's your thoughts on this whole Garnacho thing before we actually dive into it? We are going to dive into it, guys, so don't worry. But I mean, what's your take on it, Kev? Just initially reading, the title in itself, like Chelsea could not only sign Xavi Simons. So it's not a case of signing one player, but we could get both. I mean, does that appeal to you? Does that make you feel more confident knowing that we could just sign both of them?
Where does a Garnacho fit in when you got Simons
left wing, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. But you got Simons and Gittins down the left. You got Tyreek George that can play down the left. I just don't see the reason why we even thinking about signing him. It doesn't give you work rate. It doesn't give you quality. It doesn't give you doesn't even give you the right attitude. So, I'm actually starting to believe that the move is going to materialize because we've been linked to him now since January. It's been a few months, so I'm hoping that it's not going to happen because I just don't feel like he suits what we want to do. Or there is a player there if you can get it out of him, but his attitude the last few months United, especially under Ten Hag, the work rate and everything else, no, not for me. But as long as we get that Simons and Hato deal across the line, any signs over there, so any signings after that, it is what it is, isn't it?
The one thing about Garnacho, and I've genuinely had a serious chat about this. I've spoken about this before, and I said to people as a joke, I was like, just give me some reasons you would take Garnacho. Like, give me some reasons you would. And people in the comments go, I can't think of anything, blah, blah, blah. And actually, I'm taking the piss. There's not many things, right? If you're looking at his situation now. But what I will say is, and this is sort of going past the footballing point of view, and if you're looking at just from a footballing perspective, I mean, it's a very poor transfer. He's not loyal to the club. His attitude, he's had problems. His performances haven't improved. He's actually got worse. If you compare him to the previous season.
What has he, Alex? What has he ever done now? Like, the only thing I can remember from Garnacho ever scoring
He's
that
20 years old, mate.
worldie, scored that worldie against Everton. That by say that's it, bro. The guy's not. I don't see anything what he's done. And the thing is, we have seen him at this level, and he hasn't done it. So I don't know where they're getting.
I mean, you're saying it like he's a total waste of space. I'm not. I don't believe. I don't believe that he's. I mean, he hasn't matured. I mean, that's just blatantly obvious. I mean, the guy's so young. You're not going to mature into the best player you can be because you're too young. But my thing is this, Kev. Sorry, he's 21. He's not 20. He's 21. He's 21 years old, and he's had a heap of experience for Man United. In terms of his valuation, this is the first dip he's actually had. Basically ever since he was at the club, since he was 18, he's become better and better and better from like a market perspective in terms of the way other football clubs view him, or Man United, whatever you want to call him. And this is the first dip that we've seen. Now, I think if you are going to give him any credit, it's not even credit, it's benefit of the doubt, then you have to say that he's been in a toxic environment at probably the worst club to be at this season in the Premier League. I in a lot of ways, I'd argue Man United would have been worse than a club like Southampton, because at least Southampton were expected to lose.
Man United spent abundance of money, and they're finished in the.
This is what I'm saying. It's totally different, mate. So
Man United they've been the worst. Yeah, worst club in England.
It's been the most toxic club in world football.
Yeah.
I can't. Well, actually, let me know. I mean, if you talk about the media attention, the scrutiny, all of that, the atmosphere in the stadium, I think it's been arguably one of the most toxic clubs out there. But I mean, he's played a lot of football, mate. He's played a lot of football. He's been involved in 58 games. He's got 21 GA now. Now, I do say to everyone, 21 GA doesn't actually sound that bad, does it? Especially in almost 60 games. That's basically 1 in 3. But if you look at where he's scoring those goals, and where Chelsea are going to be this coming season, that's the worry. He scored a number of goals in the Europa League. He got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 GA, 4 assists and 1 goal in the Europa League. That doesn't count for much because we're not in the Europa League. We're going to be in the Champions League. And then in the Prem, he's scored 6 goals and got 2 assists. He scored 3 goals in the Carabao Cup, got 3 assists in those games. And like, you're just looking at the teams that he's stockpiling against, and you're seeing, you're seeing 2 goals against Barnsley, 2 assists against Barnsley, a goal against Leicester, an assist against Leicester. Now, this is me trying to heap on the criticism because I actually think I'm probably more open-minded than you are on this one, Kev. But, he's not scoring against massive teams in big games. You look at the team scored against in the Prem, or even got an assist. Let's just go with that. Fulham, Southampton, Brentford, Leicester, Leicester again, Newcastle's the biggest team, and Brentford. Those are the only teams he had any GA against in the Premier League. Now, not to say, I think Fulham's a good team. I think Brentford was a good team. But we're playing against Tottenham or Liverpool or whoever. Even whatever, man. I want to know that if Garnacho's through, I can count on him. And I don't feel that way. Nah. I don't feel that way about Garnacho. I don't look at him and think, this is the guy I want through on goal. in the 88th minute when we're drawing 1-1 away at wherever or at home. Yeah, Garnacho is just not the player I look at. And yeah, we'll see. So, I mean, let's dive into it. By the way, guys, we've got over 400 of you on all platforms, over 300 of you on X, just under 100 on YouTube. Smash that like button if you haven't already, especially on YouTube. Let's see if we can get straight up to 75 likes on the video. We're just under 40. If most of you click that like button, we can do that pretty much straight away. And on X as well. I mean, my God, we got over 300 of you. Let's get up to 250. Smash that like button. And you can also retweet if you'd like to show some extra support. So this is what's come out very, very recently from Ben Jacobs. And it's been basically him speaking about Chelsea could bid for Alejandro Garnacho in addition to Xavi Simons. And this is again what we've spoken about already. But when you actually see that, it does make you think, my God, like, are we actually, is that actually what we're looking to do? And if you look at Max from London's, if we don't know Max is, he's basically Pies. He says Matt Law's new piece suggesting Garnacho could be brought in to compete with Gittins on the left, while Simons plays as a 10. It really seems like we'll be going all out attacking this season. And that almost gives you the illusion, Kev, if that is the case, maybe we're going to be implementing similar tactics in the Prem as we have been in the Club World Cup, with Palmer being more inside and players like Gusto allowed to overlap. And then you can still have James in the midfield.
Oh, it was a joy to watch in the Club World Cup, seeing Gusto actually. It's no coincidence that Gusto actually had 2 good games because he was played in the right position and he was given.
Mate, the guy's a baller. Love Gusto.
Yeah. We all said it from ages ago. We are not professionals, but we said Gusto needs to be out on the touchline, paint on his boots, overlapping, causing mayhem down the side. When he comes inside and he starts doing all of this inverted rubbish, it's not for him. So it's no coincidence that we're getting the best out of players because we're starting to play the old way of football. And I love to see it. I love to see my wingers overlapping and my wing backs overlapping and doubling up.
It's something that was actually only in fashion about. We're really coming to fashion under Conte, didn't it?
Yeah, Marcus Alonso.
But I mean, even before that, you didn't have many overlapping fullbacks. But it's kind of a shame that it's almost become
it's gone
an old trend. Now it's all about going in the midfield. But in terms of what we've seen over the season, the majority of the time we've seen them invert, haven't we?
Just copying. It's just everyone's copying Pep's. Pep was doing this about 3-4 years ago. We started figuring out what he was doing. Obviously, Maresca's worked under Pep, and he feels like he wants to do it at Chelsea, but it hasn't worked. This inverted football didn't work. It worked at the start of the season. We got to January, and we was all pissed off about it because you want to play this player at the back football with no width. You got players that are not naturally good. Cucurella could do a brilliant job there, but Reece James, okay, Gusto. So you're basically nullifying your talents because you want to continue to play your style of football. But it's clear to see that Gusto's performances come forward because he's now playing the old way of playing, and that's an overlapping fullback. And we've seen it under Posh as well, where he really grew into position. We all said how much of a great talent we've got. So yeah, it's good that it's looking like we're going to be going out and attacking. Because think about it, we've got some really good talents in the team, but we've just got to make sure that they're all playing in the right position to get the best out of them.
Yeah. I'm just going through a couple of comments. Richard saying, big up to you, Alex. Hope you're well, mate. The Garnacho thing makes no sense. Just not my money, so whatever. But it is your money, though. If you're paying for a membership, if you're paying for a season ticket, it is your money. So you absolutely have a right to, have an opinion on whether you like it or not. If you contribute to the club in any way, I would say.
Oh man, I'm so see Shannon here. Watch the Simmons deal fall apart, mate. I wouldn't be surprised because it's a similar situation to Michael Elise. Bayern Munich wanted him. We wanted him.
I don't think this is going to fall apart. To be honest, with you, I really don't. And I'll tell you why, mate.
He wants to come to the Prem. He wants to come to the Prem.
I'm not just talking about the Prem. I'm talking about, I mean, the whole situation. Elise, look at where Chelsea were when we were linked with Elise, and look where we are now. I think if we looked at that now, I think Elise might pick Chelsea because we do look like an elite football club again. I mean, it sounds crazy to say it because a few months ago we wouldn't have.
Too soon.
What's that, mate?
Too soon to say that we're back to an elite club.
No. But look, hang on a second. Have we not had an elite level of results?
I am, like I said,
we just won the Club World Cup and the Conference League. You can't say that's not elite. I mean, it is.
I'm happy with what we've won, but
it is elite, Kev. Look, I'm not sitting here saying that we're going to win the Prem, but we've come off the back of what was almost going to be a very underwhelming season for a lot of fans, and we've blown ourselves out the water. We've absolutely. It's like when you, fucking hell, I don't know. It's like when you go for a football trial, Kev. And you think, oh, okay, maybe I'll be all right, and you've smashed it. All the scouts are giving you a call. They would never have called you before, mate.
Yeah, it's about consistency. I am.
But again, I want to. Shane, you said the same. We are right at this moment. We are hot. We are hot. The water is boiling.
This is the thing. Water is boiling. This is the thing about the fan base, though, bro.
Hang on a second.
It only takes a couple of things to mess up, and everyone's back to they want fucking Maresca out, they want this out, they want that out.
No.
People need to just stay grounded. Yes, we are proud. We are happy with what's happened over the last few weeks. But it's about.
I would have been happy if we got to the quarterfinals. Like I've said this.
It's about
pushing on. Ecstatic that we won the Club World Cup.
It's about pushing on even further and achieving more. Achieving more of your targets rather than sitting and dwelling.
I know that. I'm not saying dwell, Kev.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that because we're in a better situation, we can attract good players.
It's not elite. It's not elite right now. For me personally, it's not elite.
We are in a stage right now where clubs like Bayern Munich, because we were just talking about Elise, would look at Chelsea as serious competitors to any player.
Yeah, of course.
If Chelsea wanted that player.
Yeah, we're back in Champions League. We're back.
So you agree with me?
I agree that.
So do you not agree that Bayern Munich is an elite football club?
I agree. Chelsea is more of a say if Chelsea were coming in now with a proposal, it'd be a lot more.
It's hot.
To say,
it's hot. Be a lot more
to say yes than this time last year because we're in the Champions League. But does that make me feel like we're elite? When
no, you're not missing the point. I know we're not. I'm not saying. I'm just saying we've come off the back of an elite. It is an elite season in a lot of ways. Not the season, the finish. How can people say we just smashed PSG and had our best performance. The best performance in my lifetime that I've ever seen Chelsea play. The best.
Really?
What game have we ever played better that was bigger than that one? Better.
Oh, no.
Better, more dominant.
I can name a few.
Go on then.
City away, 2015, beaten 3-1.
That was a bigger game than the Club World Cup.
He fucking was. Won us the Premier League. Won us the Premier League.
City weren't the best team in the world. City scored a goal.
For me, that was the best performance I've seen in the Chelsea team ever.
No.
Ever. That's my opinion.
Kev, City hit
Hazard.
De Bruyne hit the post and they had chances, mate.
Willian.
De Bruyne hit the. I don't know what you're talking about.
Thibaut Courtois, Kante. The list goes on, bro. The list goes on. That was for me. that was stratospheres
Even
higher.
the Barcelona semi, like we weren't dominant whatsoever. We barely had the ball. We scored at the end. It was amazing. It wasn't dominant whatsoever. How? No, it's not the best performance because it wasn't dominant. I'm talking about the best performance I've ever seen. The best performance I have ever seen in terms of occasion, pressure, the team we were playing against, and the way the game went.
Barcelona semi-final where we got robbed would be up there. One where we got robbed.
Again,
Basically,
actually, no, you're not wrong there. That was a very good performance. Better than this one, though.
Yeah.
Again.
Oh, we was playing against Messi, Ronaldinho, Deco.
No, we lost the fucking game, Kev. How's it the best performance?
We got robbed.
We lost.
We got robbed.
We lost.
Fucking disgrace. We got robbed.
We lost.
Four clear penalties got turned down in that game. 2 trips and 2 clear handballs. We got robbed, bro. That game. That was the best performance. That was even better than the one I was mentioned before. That was probably the best Chelsea performance I've seen because
I would love everyone to let me know in the chat because Kev, you're just talking about the occasion, yeah.
No, I'm talking about the game
and the players playing to their maximum ability to neutralize Barcelona. That's what you're talking about.
A prime Ronaldinho, a prime Messi, a prime Samuel Eto'o, a prime Yaya Toure, bro. You understand what I'm saying here, brother?
Mate, I was in Porto, when we dominated City. I was there. I've seen good performances. PSG would just, mate, it was unbelievable, mate. I honestly think there's a good argument for that to be the best. I really do, and I'm talking in my lifetime, which is at least this century. So, I haven't seen a better one.
End of the day, Alex, it's probably performances that we haven't even mentioned, but yeah.
Look, there's been some great performances, Kev. I don't want to take away from the other ones, but I'm just this is my point. This is my point. We dominated in all senses. Barcelona was great, but we didn't dominate in the way that I'm talking about.
We did.
No, we didn't. We didn't dominate possession. We didn't have most of the ball. We didn't have most of the shots.
It was a better team than them. They was the best team in the world at the time, and we was better than them. Simple as that.
Yeah, I don't think we're speaking the same language. Because again, I'm not saying it was a bad performance, Kev. It was a great performance. It was not better than what it was against PSG. It wasn't better on the eyes. It wasn't better in the scoreline. It wasn't better in the result. It wasn't better statistically. So how was it better?
Understand the levels, bro. We're talking about here. We're talking about Michael Ballack.
Listen, this wasn't supposed to become a full-on.
Talking about Michael Ballack's, Lampard's, Essien's.
Yes, I agree. This is what I'm saying.
We're talking about Robbins. We're talking about world-class players.
And PSG don't have world-class players.
No, I'm talking about us. So if I was to get that team that beat Barcelona, we lost against them, but we got robbed, and I could get the Chelsea team that beat PSG, I think there's only 2 players out of our current team get into that Chelsea team. If that, brother.
I'm not going to lie, mate. Look, again, I'm not saying that we didn't dominate them. I'm not saying it was a good performance. It was not more dominant than PSG. It wasn't. It wasn't more dominant. It wasn't more. It was very tactically astute. I will say that it was tactical. Of course, it was. But no, I struggle to see it, mate. Anyway.
Yeah,
let's talk about some news, Kev.
We're just both, and end of the day, your opinion's different to mine. That's it. That's what it's all about. Everyone's got different opinions, but I have to appreciate yours as well as you appreciate mine. Let's continue.
Okay. Anyway, so yes, Fabrizio Romano said the same thing. That we could go for both players, Garnacho and Xavi Simons. There's a concrete possibility they go for both. They want both of them at the moment. The priority is Simons. So that is where we are at the moment on this particular deal. I don't think it's any real surprise to anyone. I mean, Fabrizio, has come out and said that the deal was very close, but it's been close for a number of days. So don't be surprised if this takes another week. Honestly, don't be surprised. And don't be stressed either. Like, honestly, I think this is just negotiations can take time, whether it's add-ons or this or that or performance related bonuses. There's always something. So listen, there's clearly an enthusiasm on both sides. And, I honestly think that Chelsea will get this done. If we walk away from this deal, and if we walk away from this deal and somebody else snaps him up, that would be really frustrating. But there's also a chance, Kev, that nobody does. And Leipzig are forced into lowering their offer. Because other clubs could be thinking the same way that we are, which is we are not in a position where, we have to wait 3 years. This could be done next summer for free. So if you're not going to sell him for a decent price, we're just going to wait. And Leipzig won't want that.
You are right. I just feel like.
So I really don't have an issue with this negotiation. I don't have a problem. And also Chelsea, if they really wanted to get an agreement, they could just get a contract agreed with the player and, wait. I mean, that's what they could do. I'm not saying they should, but that's what they could do. Again, it came out that Chelsea are preparing our first offer for Xavi Simons. Chelsea, Xavi and the players' camp are optimistic about a possible deal. After the talk so far, Leipzig wants 60 million, including add-ons. I heard 56 earlier on, so I don't really know the exact numbers, but we know it's 55 to sort of 60 odd. We've got the gist. But I mean, every penny counts. We saw that with the Mike Maignan deal. So I think that we need to be very careful with our approach, because we don't want to get our pants pulled down, but at the same time we want to get this wrapped up. There is obviously the argument that if you just get a lot of these deals done now, you can have a very quiet few windows, very quiet, Kev, because not only have we signed some top players, we signed young players who can stay for a long time and have long contracts, and the next stage is just, well, will they renew again? And I mean, what a great situation that is to be in. And then you can just worry about bringing in those young players and integrating them in. But there's no real pressure because you've already got your base.
Yeah. This, I think the attacking wise, we could be seeing the same players for about 2-3 years, and we could see them all at the stage where they're going to grow together. When they all get to 28, 29, they're going to be playing with each other for at least 3-4 years, mate. And they're going to be at the peak, which is the cool thing. And you got to think as well, 28, 29, your peak, that's when you're at your peak of transfers as well. So even if they never did go quite well for them, you can sell them on and get a reasonable transfer budget from. So everything's good with stuff going forward on the pitch or up top, but I still feel like goalkeeper and another centre back. I'm this Assi, Badashile, the Sar guy. I think they could be shifted on. Sar could probably go alone. I'm just not comfortable with Sanchez though. I don't know what your thoughts on that are, but everything seems to be attack. If you're shipping,
I don't have a massive problem, Kev, if we are going to invest that much and then basically bank on getting Maignan on a free. Because the issue I had at the time with Petrovic, I was very angry, and I just thought, what are we doing here? Because the sale of Petrovic is not good business. I don't care what people say. Yes, it was profitable. That's like saying, oh, you sold Palmer for 80 million. Yeah, we made profit, but you could get 150 for the guy. So, yeah, right, it was profitable, but was it actually a good deal? And that's kind of how I feel about Petrovic.
Petrovic is going to go to Bournemouth, Cook, and some other big teams are coming in for him.
I really believe Petrovic will be one of the best goalkeepers in the league, and I think that I honestly think that he is the goalkeeping version of another Lukaku, De Bruyne, Salah situation. I really do.
Look at this. Man United are actively looking for a keeper. There's loads of teams looking for keepers. He's going to go to Bournemouth. He's going to have a good season. And watching a year's time, there's a big club going in for him. And it could be like another Thibaut Courtois situation where we've got a world-class keeper that's left and gone to a rival. But it's poor business, bro. We said it ourselves. If there was a bit more strategic in the way they're thinking, why not offer him to AC Milan on a loan basis? And we could have got Menyan the other way. It would have made viable sense. To sell him for £25 million when give him another season at us or any other team, you're looking at 45 to 50 million the season after. Just being a bit more patient. So it seems like we've just rushed into selling him. And is there a better keeper on there on the books right now at Chelsea? No. So Sanchez to me is going to be the reason why we ain't going to win a top trophy next year. I'm telling you now, bro. Just because you had a decent Club World Cup, the Premier League's a lot more quicker. It's just one of them things. I just don't feel comfortable with him from what I've seen. And the two games cannot change my decision to the point where, oh, let's give him another chance. He's had 2 seasons, bro. And he's still our number one now. So it comes to them games where he's kick the ball to another player and give yet another goal away, or kick the ball into the roll into touch, which he does consistently. What happens then, bro, when we're losing points every single week? And we've got a good team, we've got all the best attacking players, but your goalkeeper's giving you points away every single week. So something needs to happen, bro. They need to go out, stop thinking about these Garnachos, go and get a freaking keeper. That's going to be more important come May next year. A better keeper.
You're not wrong there. Also, the Chelsea WSL fixtures are going to. They have been released on Friday, or they're going to be released on Friday. I guess they have been.
Oh, he'll be back in a minute if you want. Don't worry.
Don't know what happened there, mate.
Here we go, bro.
Got a bit carried away when the WSL got mentioned. But no, so yeah, go and check out the WSL games if you're interested as well. And obviously, big up to all of the ladies winning the Euros. England on top yet again. Right, let's just speak about a player that I'm a huge fan of. We're going to speak about Jorel Hato. David Ornstein wrote an article on The Athletic. I say an article, a small piece. He basically said Chelsea are closing in on a deal to sign Jorel Hato from Ajax. An agreement between the clubs is yet to be reached, but is nearing, with a compromise expected in the coming days on a price more than 40 million euros, which is 34.8 million pounds. Personal terms are already in place for the 19-year-old Netherlands international. Chelsea opened discussions with Ajax over a move for Hato earlier this month. Arsenal had previously identified Hato as a defensive target in January 2024 before he signed a new 5-year contract with Ajax last summer. He's made 111 first-team appearances for Ajax and has captained the side and featured primarily as a left-back in the 24-25 season, but has also played as a centre-back. And if you look at the previous season, that's where you can see the variety. He played as a centre-back then and sort of got moved over. So you've got that versatility, which is really, really important. He's played for the Netherlands 6 times. And yeah, I mean, it's looking very, very good. If you look at what some of the sort of analysts, football analysts on The Athletic have said, they've said he's one of the hottest defensive prospects in Europe. And he's played regularly for 2 seasons, so since he was 17. And obviously, being a captain at such a young age, how is that not something that you can look at from a Chelsea perspective and think that is a very positive thing? I mean, we've been talking about the good old days, Kev, when you've got your Balaks, your Terrys, Drogba, Lampard, Cech, all of these leaders.
Yeah.
Why would we turn down the opportunity to bring in a guy who clearly has leadership qualities? And yeah, you can never have too many leaders as far as I'm concerned. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, but I haven't seen too much of his leadership skills because I don't think I'm too clued up about Ajax. But all I know is that he's been vice captain and he's been captain in Ajax the last year in massive games. And I've seen the highlights of the guy. I think there was his last minute of one game. He was bombing at the pitch and he was giving it his all, putting tackles in. He does look like he's got that about him. He's got that fire in his belly, and he's got, obviously, like I said, to captain Ajax at 19 years old, there's got to be something there that the management and coaching staff see. So, yeah, in a game where there's a lack of leaders, why not? This is what we need, and we need leaders at the back. That's where, for me, I like my captains being defenders because that's where your base is. You understand? Most the best captains in the world come from the back, and you're looking at a left back, a centre back, future Holland captain. You never know. You know, this is what we want. This is what we want: leadership. So yeah, I'm all for it. And like I said, it's not even the fact that he's captain Ajax. I think it's just the fact that he's versatile. And Hato, like I said, I've been following his career the last 3 or 4 years, mate.
4 years?
4 years, yeah.
What, since he was 15?
I play Football Manager. I knew about Hato ages ago. So yeah, for him to be him and Xavi Simons, I've like, followed them for years and years. So for us to be linked to these players that are, you know, that I know quite well through computer games and stuff, it's just you know, it's good. But you know, it's coming to fruition. The Crees are looking good. Simmons, both of them, just get the deals done, get them over there and get them done, and I'm sure they'll do well. I'm very convinced they'll do well.
I mean, I see Gabriel's comments saying, be honest, till CFC were linked to him, you didn't know who he was. Now he's linked, he's the next legend. Well, I mean, my response to that is, who's better? What option is better that's out there? So the answer is there's not many. Maybe you could name one. Vega is a name that's come up, but guess what? He doesn't want to be at Chelsea. So that's that option gone. So yeah, I mean, he is going to be very, very helpful. Nobody's saying he's a legend, but he's a fucking good player who's captaining Ajax at 19 years of age. It's impressive. Can play as a centre back, can play as a left back, has experience over multiple full campaigns playing in those positions, playing well.
Yeah.
And you can clearly see when you watch him, he's got the technical ability to play in this squad. I mean, what's not to love here? I mean, we've been crying out for backup for Cucurella, and now we've got this option at an affordable price, but actually someone who can sign a 7-8 year deal. And then honestly, if you wanted to, you could offer him another 5-year contract. So this is like the dream for Clear Lake, and this is what they want. So yeah, let's not sit here and act like it's a bad signing, because we can see on the football side it's, you know, it's impressive, and financially it makes sense as well. So again, we'll have to see what happens more there. Obviously, we know that Felix is going to Al Nassr. I mean, I'll be honest, guys, I've been offline for this one, so I haven't really had a chance to. We need to behave ourselves in the chat as well, guys. Okay, we're going to have to behave ourselves in the chat.
What's happened?
No, just let's not be disrespectful, guys. Let's not be disrespectful. I'm going to put you on timeout.
Oh, I think I've seen that one. Yeah, I've seen it.
So yeah, let's not be disrespectful, guys. Let's just. Yeah. I'm all for opinions, guys, but yeah, let's
leave skin color out of it, man.
Skin color? I didn't see that one.
Hey,
which fucking skin color did you see? I didn't see that one.
He put a message on saying that same Arta. He put a message on saying I saw you. Has he deleted it? Oh, hi Alex, wondering if whether you prefer black or white players in the club.
Where's that one?
Yeah.
Where? Fucking hell, people. I just the stupidity of some of these messages, like just
obviously some
ridiculous.
fucking stupid idiot, stupid cunt. But yeah, let's continue.
I haven't got a problem with people having an opinion, but fucking hell. Anyway. Let's continue. So yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you, Kev, like it's just a fucking amazing deal. It's an amazing deal. It's amazing.
Yeah.
We've actually made a profit off of this guy as well, you know.
I know.
This
Thank
is
God for Saudi Arabia.
incredible.
Thank God for Saudi Arabia. They have literally saved us.
Mate, Saudis, people say they're ruining football. They're fucking saving football because they're allowing the Europeans to just bin off players they don't want.
Yeah.
Well, Chelsea. I mean,
Yeah,
think about the players we've sold to Saudi and the flexibility that's given us financially.
It's all fucking all our deadwood there. But the thing is, they go there and they actually do well because.
Yeah, but mate, I'm happy for the Saudi Pro League. I actually think it's a good league, mate. Like I'm genuinely considering subscribing to DAZN to keep up with that league. I'm genuinely looking at
it's
it.
a growing league. I think within the next 10 years.
DAZN is going to have, and by the way, I'm not sponsored by DAZN, although I probably I should try and figure something out. Because I think George got a nice little deal with DAZN. I don't know what he got, but anyway, DAZN have got all the Italian games. They're going to have all the Saudi Pro League games.
DAZN Sports.
DAZN, mate. DAZN.
Oh, is it the zone? I thought it's DAZN.
So I mean, I might end up subscribing to it. I think the Saudi Pro League is actually quite respectable now, and also for people who go, oh, but you know the passion, all that. If you watch Al Hilal taking on Al Ittihad or Al Ali versus Al Nassr, the atmosphere is incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, they get behind the teams properly, don't they? I think they're just happy that the leagues. I think that leagues grew so far in the last 5 years alone. It's gone from a nothing league to having world-class talents, attracting Ruben Neves and big players have gone over there. And you find that these Turkish and all these teams like that, they all get behind their clubs, don't they? They proper love their team. So yeah, it's just good to see that. I actually believe in the next 5 years, if we could looking at a top 5 league, 100%. I think they'll grow.
I think it's already a top 5 league.
Not
I'll be honest with you, mate. I think France is fallen off. I do think France is falling off, mate. I mean, maybe France is ahead of Saudi right now. I'd say that, but the thing about the Saudis is they're strengthening all of their teams. They've built up the big ones: Al Nassr, Al Hilal, Al Ittihad, Al Ali, and yeah, then you're going to see them strengthen the smaller ones.
Yeah.
And the problem is in France, you can't do that. They don't have the pull. And in Saudi, the small teams have money as well. So, yeah. No FFP in Saudi. It's true.
I think another year, 2 years, they'll fly past the Italian and the French league, even the German league.
Yeah, the Italian one's different, mate, because I think the Italian is genuinely an interesting league. Like I like watching the Italian league. It's my second favorite league after the Prem. Love watching Italian football. I mean, I hear good things about La Liga. I mean, we watched Atletico Barcelona when you come round before, and like it's a nice style, but I don't find the Spanish league has that pull anymore for me. And I'm not willing to subscribe to a channel just to watch Barcelona, Madrid, and Atletico. I want to appreciate other teams as well. Whereas I would sit there and watch 10 Italian teams happily. And I just don't feel the same way about the Spanish league. I don't know about you, but I mean, I guess it all depends on
the style of football for me.
The style might be more attractive, especially when you look at that.
Italian league sometimes it's a bit slow, isn't it? Defensive. Spanish league.
It's improved a lot, mate. It's improved a lot. Honestly, mate. I mean, I'm really interested to see Roma because they've got Atlanta's coach who we know plays fucking incredible football. So, I mean, we'll see what happens there. Let's just move on. Nicholas Jackson. There's already been preliminary preliminary contact made on Nicholas Jackson by Newcastle, but Chelsea are quoting teams an astronomical £80 million fee. Sources believe Newcastle's valuation is closer to 65 million. I'll be honest with you, I think that's a bloody great deal if we can get that done for 65 even. Matt Law has then come out and said there remains a possibility of Jackson leaving Chelsea. Newcastle are currently trying to sign Sesko, but could look towards Jackson if that deal falls through. And Jackson would be around the same price of Sesko. But, guys, I have to admit, this, for me, he is... Yeah, people say I'm too harsh on Robert Sanchez, but I seem to be one of the only guys that's out there. There seems, well, there are other people, but I like Jackson. I like the guy. I know you don't, Kev, but
no, I would have said
like
I ain't got nothing personal, but
you want him gone.
Yeah,
you want him gone.
That was enough for me. The Club World Cup. He just got sent off against Newcastle. His last game in the Prem.
Yeah, he's in a bad spell, mate. And you know what? He won't be a starter anymore, but he can still contribute.
And then the final straw from me then after that was when you could have squared it to Cole Palmer in that game and you never squared it. I thought, nah.
Yeah, but the truth, we can all empathise a little bit. He's feeling the pressure. João Pedro's on fire. The Lamp signed as well. And he's thinking, shit, I need to score a goal.
I can't be arsed seeing it anymore, bro.
What do you mean you can't be arsed seeing it? It's not like we're watching Higuain here or Morata. Let's not sit here and act like it's that bad.
Yeah.
Although I do miss Morata's headers.
Yeah, no.
He had a great head on him.
Higuain has scored a fucking banger.
Crap.
Scored a white banger against. He scored a white banger against Burnley. Absolute banger. Remember that yesterday.
Burnley.
Yeah, man. I'm just thinking. I'm actually honestly thinking Jackson Loan deal. A loan deal
could be good for his confidence, but that's presuming that Chelsea don't want him to be a part of the project and they just want to sell him.
Not in the
sending a bit of a message.
It's a loan deal.
I'm not sure I agree with a loan deal, to be honest.
A loan deal, but only if he was the main guy in the team and he just got all the games. He would then, because he's getting all the games, he'd have that fire in his belly because he wants to play for Chelsea. He goes there. He does incredibly well. He gets the 25 to 30 GAs that we know that he probably can get. Comes back next season, and he's in a better position to battle with the Lap and Pedro. But right now, I just don't feel like he's nowhere near him. I think the Lap's going to be clear of him. He's going to be third choice. So.
Yeah, but you can still get game time as a third choice striker, mate, when we're playing Champions League and hopefully progressing in all these competitions. It's different when you're third choice and you get knocked out in the early stages of the Carabao and the FA Cup. It's different. But providing we actually get to at least the semi-finals, which is perfectly fair for a club striving for what we want, then he will get opportunities to play. And injuries, there will be injuries. So we'll need to rely on a player like Jackson to fill in at some point.
Yeah.
God, Stephen's still absolutely slating Jackson.
Yeah. I've still got the video, I know.
Listen, you got to let the man do what he needs to do in his own time.
Did you see this video, Alex?
What video?
I've got it. I'll send it you. For me, fucking
Crystal Palace, Westview for $2.95. I don't know how much money you make, Alex. I mean, if you've got money, I'll just fucking pay it. But
what is the Westview ticket going for £295? £295?
Well, it's because it's the opening game of the season. It's all sold out. I'll be honest with you, mate. If I had the money and it was the first game of the season, I'll be honest with you, mate. You could get a corporate ticket and it wouldn't be much more expensive. You could probably get a corporate ticket, a nice one, for 400. So maybe look at look at I don't know.
That's millionaire fucking for a football game. You'd have to be a millionaire.
It's a lot of money, mate. It's a lot.
Watch a fucking football game, mate. You have to be silly rich. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I haven't got a problem with Jackson. I don't really want him to go. I'm not desperate for him to leave. Speaking of leaving, we're not long until we wrap the show up, guys, but we have just under 100 people on YouTube, 54 likes as it stands. Let's get up to at least 75. Listen, we appreciate everyone watching regardless, but if you can like the video, it means a lot, helps the channel grow, and it just shows a bit of support. So big up to everyone. And on X as well, if you're watching, show some love, whether that's a like or a retweet, whatever it is. We've got over 750 of you all together. So good to see everyone on here. Yeah, mate, I'll be honest with you. Listen, if you got a ticket that's under 300 quid, that's your money, your decision. Is it worth it to you? If it is, pay it. And if it's not, don't. Yeah, that's my stance on it, to be honest with you. I mean, I will say this, Kev. If I wasn't really into the Matthew Hart, because I like being in amongst the crowd, I would happily sit in Westview. I've sat there before and I've quite enjoyed myself.
Yeah,
to be honest.
Yeah,
I can't drink up there, because once you start drinking, you can't focus on the game as much. So what I've found is if I have a drink in Westview, I just can't focus on the game, because you want to chant and that, you can't, and then it's just a bit like, oh. Whereas if you just want to sit and watch it happen and see it unfold, then I think they're great seats, to be honest with you. Like, you look at any other club, obviously they don't have bigger stadiums than us, so your view is, you have a nice view. So I think that's one that people should.
It wasn't bad, to be fair. I sat there with my dad for the Leicester FA Cup game a couple of years ago. Yeah. He was in the Westview. It wasn't bad seats, to be fair. It was good looking right down the pitch like that. It was not too bad, actually. Good. Just a bit quiet up there. Just a bit quiet up there. I like the atmosphere in the shed and the Matthew Harding.
No, I like the atmosphere there as well. I'm just, I'll just say, if you want something different every now and again, like I watched, I was at the Everton game when Madueke played really well on the left, and Jackson actually scored the winner. His first goal outside the box for Chelsea, and it was really good view, mate. Just seeing it tactically how we set up, really enjoyed it. Any plans to have more women on the channel? Funny enough, now that you mention it, I got a message today from, well, I won't say who it is, but someone asking on behalf of a friend if they could join. But I don't know if it's a man or a woman. They just said my friend wants to join the channel.
Where's Nina?
Who?
Nina's the only female representative. Where's Nina at, man?
So maybe we'll have another woman. Who knows? I mean, listen, I'm very inclusive, But basically, whoever comes on here is whoever wants to come on here. We got that. Remember, who's that? God, Kev, we got to get that guy that we had on. What's his name? When I was in, is it Hassan?
Yeah. I know you're on about. Yeah.
Oh God, mate, he's messaged me and I've fucking. I haven't tried to ignore him, but I've just been, maybe I'll see if we can get him on as well. Oh my God, I feel a bit bad now. If you're watching this, I apologize. But yeah, I mean, listen, guys, the reality is that Chelsea are in a pretty good situation. We're in a pretty good situation. I mean, it's not that good, but it's pretty good. Okay. We've signed some great players. We've come off the back of winning a major tournament. You call it whatever you want. It's a major tournament with financially as much power as the Champions League, or around, a similar market, might be slightly less, but a huge financial cushion. Not to mention, we have earned the respect of the world through the Club World Cup, and Chelsea is officially back on people's radar. I'm not saying we're back, but we're back on the radar.
Yep.
And I wouldn't have said that before. So I think it's a great place to be, guys. It's a fantastic place to be. But I mean, Kev, all I can say is I'm feeling good. But I've said the same thing before. I can't judge this window till it's over. I really can't. And I kind of feel a similar way when I'm looking at the performances as well. Yeah, people say, are you still going to criticize Maresca? If the lineup's crap, then of course I will. And if we play rubbish football. But, one thing he has now that he never had before is something for me to look back on and go, oh, you did that. Maybe there is something for me to trust here. And I didn't have that this season. Whereas now I've got it.
Yeah.
Now I've seen this gaffer win 2 trophies for Chelsea and get Champions League football. So 3 big check boxes ticked. So I will certainly get behind Maresca more this season. For that one, 100%. I do think Maresca deserves a little bit more support. But having said that, the standard's also gone up. So you got to try and find that balance.
Balance is key, and you got it. He's getting things right. Just a little bit of attention to detail with this PSG game, pushing Reece James up and letting the team squeeze, giving Gusto the beauty of going down and being a natural win back instead of this inverted stuff. And he's starting to get it right. And come on, man, Champions League, Club World Cup, and Europa Conference League in your first season. That is massive for a manager to go and achieve what he's just done. So I'm just hoping, even in the times next season where we're not doing so well, and we probably lost 2 back-to-back games or 3 back-to-back games, we're not playing so well, there's a bit of a dip. I'm just hoping that everyone stays with him. And like I said from day one, I was always with Maresca. I said if you don't get Champions League football, it's on the board members, because he needed to be backed last January. He never got backed. It wasn't on him. Yeah. So I just want everyone in the fan base just to stick with him. And this is a new Chelsea now. It's not the Chelsea where we used to sacking managers for a lot less. Stick with your manager. Let him build something. We've seen it under Pep and Klopp in the Premier League. Stick with your manager. It works now. You will get success from it. Changing your manager every single year will not work. You then have to bring in new players. Players have to adapt to the new manager's system. Some of the players not be a part of the manager's plans. It's just a mess. Stick with Maresca through thick and thin. Like I said, he's achieved so much in his first year. Fingers crossed, and I hope that we see more success next year. But it all depends on the fans not putting pressure on him, because I still remember the Fulham away last year. Fulham away last year when we was Maresca, you're a cunt, and fuck off, and all the rubbish we was throwing at him. So yeah, I don't suffer with short-term memory loss. I remember everything. I just don't want to see all the abuse thrown at the manager again. Like he deserves a lot of credit and respect from the fan base.
There you go, mate. Well, listen, big up to yourself, Kev. Really appreciate you coming on the show. Yeah. And big up to everyone as well watching, wherever you are watching from, whether you're on X or YouTube. Finishing the show with over 800 people. Really, really nice. So pat on the back to everyone if you've made it through the show. And if you've arrived a little bit later, appreciate none the less. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Yeah. And subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date. We will be streaming again pretty much most days. So, yeah, I'll be back on here tomorrow evening with Mr. Simmons or on my own. We'll see.
No, I'm back on tomorrow night, bro.
Back on tomorrow. And then we'll go from there. But listen, appreciate your time, guys. And we will catch up